I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We are joined by Buldy. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello, I'm Buldy, and I'm a rockstar VTuber from the Czech Republic. My whole design is based on being a musician, rock band member, and I play the bass. And on my streams, I also try to play the bass as well.
Cool.
And yeah.
Yeah. Good. Well, so you are a bass player. You also play guitar, right?
Yes, I started on a guitar and then I picked up bass because I don't know, it just feels better to play it for me.
Yeah, it does for some folks. Yeah. I grew up in the '80s up here in where I live, and there was a really good scene locally for bands. A lot of places to play, and if you were a bass player and you were any good, you were in like 6 or 7 different bands.
Oh, damn.
Because it was rare to find a bass player for one, and then find a bass player who was any good.
Ah.
So the bass player and the drummer were the two most popular people. Anyway, bass players were the most popular folks in the bands around here because it was tough to find. It was tough to find a good bass player. So you'd have been very popular over here back in the '80s.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of late to the party, I guess.
Oh no, it's never late to have an instrument. How long have you been a instrumentalist?
I've been playing an instrument since, I don't know, like 5 years old, I think. Or 6. I started playing piano, and I played it for maybe 15 years, I think, or 13 years.
Yeah.
And then I switched to electric guitar.
Wow.
And the bass, yes.
Well, I'm triply jealous of you. Being able to play all those. I just got stubby fingers. I couldn't play any of that stuff. My fingers don't go long enough to play more than a couple notes on either of those instruments. So that's really something. Is that something you've always wanted to be first as a musician?
Not at all. I mean, I picked up the piano because my parents they just signed me up for piano, and then I just went to the musical school, beside the normal school. I mean, I don't know how it's called in English. It's like a hobby school where you go, but it's also a school you get like marks and stuff.
Yeah, well, we call it music lessons. That's all we call it.
Yeah.
Music lessons. So you learned that way how to play. Now, did you pick up the guitar the same way, or did you learn yourself?
For the guitar, it's actually interesting. There's a game on PC and on consoles called Rocksmith. And you can connect a real guitar to it or a bass, and it just shows you notes and how to play it. You can slow it down. You can practice with it however you want. So it's really good to pick up guitar and bass.
That would be a great idea. I'm glad there was something out there like that. I mean, it wouldn't help me because there's two reasons why I can't play. One, because I got stubby fingers, and now I have arthritis in some of them. But 2, I don't know which hand to play with because I'm switch-handed.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So I do some things left-handed and some things right-handed. So I'm not really sure how I would need the guitar to be held.
I see.
You think that would help, but it doesn't. It just if you do 2 things badly, it just makes it worse.
Yes. Yeah, it's like it's like like you said, which way am I supposed to play it now?
At least it gives me an excuse to play pool real bad. I don't know which side to use it with. That's why I missed. So and you picked up the bass kind of off of that guitar?
Yeah, I don't know how I actually got to it. It's just one day I was like I want to get a bass, so my parents got me a bass for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started playing. Because I think it's because of Rocksmith. Because I saw that they had a bass line as well.
Mm-hmm.
There, you can plug in the bass, and I don't know. It just sounds cooler to me to play the bass.
Well, it is. It's really cool. I mean, you get a good bass player, you get a good bass beat, and that could carry everything. Um, it's what type of music is your favorite to play with the bass?
um, it's really tough to say because I like all kinds of music,
Yeah.
but I mean, of course, mostly rock and metal songs. But I enjoy some funky tunes as well, like
Yeah.
the bass in funk.
Oh yeah.
It's just so good.
It is,
But
isn't it?
it's really hard to play it as well like that.
Yeah, but if you get it going, I mean, you can. I grew up in times where like disco music was out.
Yeah.
Um, I wasn't old enough to take credit for it, thankfully, but I was still there. But so much of that was baseline driven,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and you hear that played back now and realize that's not a computer doing it. Like
Yeah.
that's not somebody typing notes into a machine. That's somebody with really nimble fingers going up and down that bass like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you see the performances, sometimes it's just how the hell did they do that?
You'd see them. Every picture you see from them from the late '70s and early '80s is that they're always carrying a bass wherever they're going.
Yeah.
Hey, I can turn that into. Have you ever tried a stand-up bass?
And no, I haven't.
Mm. Some folks are able to do both. I would think that would be so much different, though. Um, I guess you can play
Well,
it.
yeah, there's an issue that on like a regular electric bass you have the frets, and on the stand-up bass you don't have the frets, so
Hmm.
you have to just feel. You have to have the feeling for the notes
Mm.
and where they are on the neck.
Yeah, that would be tough. And really to play that bass, I've known folks who played the stand-up bass, acoustic, and their hands are just ripped up. Uh, I mean, they get calluses everywhere, and to play that thing and play it right, you really have to take uh, those strings and really pull them and let them go.
Yeah, yeah, they're so thick that they're even like hard to press.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, I'm diverting from everything. So, how have you done any covers of your music yet?
I have done a few covers. They are up on my YouTube channel,
Hmm.
and it's mostly I don't know. What did I do? There were like two Five Nights at Freddy's fan songs that I did a cover of,
Hmm.
and for my debut, I did a cover with a friend as well on the vocals.
Mm.
It's Barracuda from Heart.
No, which is a tremendous
The
song. That is a
hmm?
wonderful song. I that's that song. If you like bass or guitar, you're gonna love that song.
Which one?
Barracuda.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a
It's
that.
I think the guitar work is really good there with like harmonics, like the I don't know the style with where they play certain notes.
Hmm.
It's called harmonics, like playing the harmonics.
Right, right. And of course, Ann Wilson, the singer, is the greatest of all time. But that's a different story. I I I always had a crush on the Wilson sisters when I was a kid. Um,
I see.
but that type of music shows me that you really do have a wide interest in music.
Yes, yeah.
Do you bring that to the streams when you're playing on stream?
When I'm playing on stream, I'm usually playing the Rocksmith game.
Mm,
I'm like I don't really play the instruments without it.
mm,
I've never really played in a band even,
mm,
so I'm just playing like for myself or for people on the stream nowadays.
Well, with this technology, you could play in a band and not be in the same continent.
Sorry, it just
See,
cut off.
in this technology now, you could play for a band and not ever meet them.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that could be some.
no, I mean, it would be a little difficult because of the latency.
Yeah, there'd be a little bit of lag
Because,
on there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
but I mean, if you were going to record something, it'd be real easy to
yeah,
lay
for
down.
recording, it's really good. I tried to. I mean, I did do the cover of Barracuda with my friend as well.
Mhm.
So she just recorded the vocals and I all put it together. I
Yeah,
did the guitar and the bass.
yeah, yeah. It's a if you're someone who likes mixing audio, this technology is a dream because you'll be able to get audio from everywhere and mix it together. Um,
Yeah, yeah, of course.
yeah, it's really something for an old radio guy. It's absolutely amazing the type of quality audio we can get. You're in Europe right now, and I'm sitting in the middle of the United States, and we could be sitting in rooms next to each other. Uh,
Yeah.
as far as anybody knows, back in the first days when I started radio, a phone call to you would have cost $1 million, and
Oh,
and the quality would have been absolute garbage.
yeah. I can imagine.
You'd have sounded something like I wouldn't have understood anything you said.
Yeah.
It would have been like yelling into a full tin can or something like that. Um, but with this now, have you been able to get out and get audiences in other countries?
Like, I mean, of course,
Hmm.
because I on the stream there's a lot of people that are from different countries. So
Hmm. Yeah. How does that
in
hit
this
you?
sense, yes,
How does that hit you when you realize that people around the world are listening to you and tuning in for you?
it's so surreal. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, just imagining the people like sitting next to you and listening to you is really surreal with like the people on the stream.
Hmm. Yeah. Were you somebody who wanted to be an entertainer when you were younger, playing all these instruments?
Not at all.
Oh,
I'm very shy, but and I am really nervous when I'm on stage. So
yeah. Does this kind of help you having an avatar that you're on stage, but you're not really on stage?
I think so, yes,
Mm,
because I don't know, it just makes me feel less stressed about my appearance or
mm,
something like that.
yeah, little more comfortable where you're not seeing everybody's eyes.
Yes,
I
definitely.
yeah, I did that too when I was in radio. I could go in and talk to 1,000 plus people on the radio, but if you get me in front of 10 people in a room, I would I'd want to run away as much as possible. Don't look at me. But this is really giving you an opportunity to show people the talent that you do have, and that's quite a bit of courage to put that out there for people to listen to and hear.
Thank you.
I mean, really, how have you ever had a problem with that? I mean, showing other people what you're able to do.
I mean, I haven't really put myself out there like until I started streaming. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's got some effect on me.
yeah. When you hear that somebody has gone back to your archives and specifically done that to hear something that you did, how does that make you feel?
I'm very happy that people are interested in what I do.
Mm, yeah, and does that kind of give you an extra fire to do more things on your streams?
Yeah, of course.
Mm, yeah. So, what type of things do you have planned? Any big events coming up?
Um, I've just had my second affiliate anniversary yesterday. So
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I was playing the bass
Mm-hmm.
because I took a little hiatus for a big part of this year. So I brought back what I started with, playing the bass, and it was really amazing to see all the people come back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really glad to see that they still come to see me play.
Yeah, I mean, are you at the
But
point? I mean, are you at the point now
hmm,
after a couple years as an affiliate? Are you further along that you thought you'd be, or are you about where you thought you'd be as far as the channel's concerned?
I thought I'd be about what I'm right now. I think
Mm-hmm.
like start uh, I didn't start streaming for like being famous,
Mm-hmm.
but only just to make friends and yeah, and talk to people on the stream
Mm-hmm.
while playing games.
Cool. Now, when you are playing the games, is it been tough for you to interact with chat depending on what game you're playing?
If I play the instrument or a rhythm game,
Mm-hmm.
then I kind of need to focus on the game, so I only can read the chat while I'm taking break in between the songs.
Mm-hmm.
But for regular games, I think I'm I can manage to keep up with chat
Mm-hmm.
because sorry, there isn't really many people that come to my stream to chat yet. So
Well, that'll happen. That'll happen. What type of rhythm games are you playing?
I started with Guitar Hero, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Even I've played Guitar
uh,
Hero.
and yeah, so I've been playing Guitar Hero since like 2008, 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Still playing it to this day,
Yeah, yeah,
which is really really crazy.
yeah.
There has been a resurgence of fans and the player base of Guitar Hero games,
Mm-hmm.
even though there hasn't been a Guitar Hero game in a long time,
Yeah,
because the community made some like community made clones of the game,
yeah.
which are free, and the content is created by its users.
Well, that's good. That's good that they're able to do that because it keeps the game alive for one, and it keeps people being creative because even though you know the songs usually, you've got to match that up to the gameplay too.
Yes, I'm actually one of the people that make charts for the game as well.
Oh,
And it's really fun to see the song you want to play in the game, just to see it be in the game when you actually make it.
so when you do one of these, do you add any extra frills to make it a little extra tougher?
I usually my style of charting is usually being as truthful to what the game is, what the song is,
Mm-hmm.
what's in the song.
Yeah, yeah. So you don't.
So I try to be as accurate as possible to what is actually being played, and just making it more difficult.
Yeah, you don't add a little, twang bar here or extra
No, no,
extra that you don't succumb to that temptation, do you?
no.
That would be mine. I'd be adding a little extra stuff to it to make it hard to do. But it's great that there's a community that keeps this game going because it was a lot of fun when I played it, and if
Yes, it is very fun.
even if Mr. Cross-handed double klutz himself like me could do something like that, then anybody else could enjoy it too. That's for sure. So, what is your big goal right now for your channel? I mean, you had a couple years as affiliate. What's next for you?
I'm still trying to find my community, to be honest, because uh, I don't know. It's just I've been around a few other streamers, and I usually share the community with them,
Hmm.
but never really build up my own community. So I think that's what I would want to do next for my channel.
So yeah, what's the plans? Are you gonna expand out to these other platforms, or are you just gonna work on the ones you got right now?
I'm trying to go streaming on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
as well as not only on Twitch, not only because of, I don't know, just being a fresh start or something like that, like a breath of fresh air, but also I think it's got potential in having better quality streams. Like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
video wise,
Oh yeah,
because you can stream with a higher bitrate and higher resolution on YouTube as well.
yeah. They're kind of the OGs as far as video goes. So they better have
Yeah,
they better have the better quality as available for everybody. Um,
but yeah, I've been also trying to make offline videos
uh-huh.
instead of streaming for a while.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've got I had a fun time with editing the videos, so
Mm-hmm.
I hope people find them fun to watch as well.
So we talked about you playing the instruments and online and doing the rhythm games online. What other things do you do online? What other types of games do you play?
Uh, if I'm not playing the rhythm games, I usually play Souls-like games
Mm-hmm.
like Elden Ring, Dark Souls, Sekiro, and Bloodborne,
Mm-hmm.
like all the famous ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I started my Souls-like games with Sekiro, and it's my absolute most favorite game of all time.
Mm. What makes it?
And
What's make that one your famous? Why? Why is that your favorite one?
yeah, it's just the style of combat.
Mm.
Like because you have to. It's kind of like a rhythm game, I guess you could say,
Mm-hmm.
because you gotta time your attacks and deflects
Yeah.
based on what the enemy does. So
So
it's a fine like rhythm game inside an RPG game.
it's almost like a dance sometimes, isn't it? Where
Yes,
it's
yes, of course.
you have the old games for the old consoles used to have uh, uh, enemies had a certain pattern, but it was usually like
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 or something like that, and you had to have that kind of beat going in your head while you're doing the pressing of the buttons or moving around. Is it the same way now with those types of games?
It kind of is, yes. There are some patterns you have to like memorize.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that you have to if the enemy does a certain thing, you have like three times you can attack, and then they will deflect, and then you have to go on the defensive
Mm.
and such. So I would say yes.
So it does get pretty intricate, doesn't it? That you have to do this, and this in order to get one shot in.
Yes, exactly.
And if you
And
miss,
sometimes it gets really frustrating because then you get thrown off, and then the enemy regains their posture, and you have to do it all again.
oh yeah, I hate the ones where you miss one time and they get all their health back. Like
Yeah, it's some enemies are like that. Yes.
oh my gosh, I would be throwing the controller so much at that point. I need shock-proof everything. I'd be so angry. That would drive me crazy. So what would you like to stream that you haven't done yet?
That's a tough question. I haven't actually thought about streaming something different at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Maybe,
I'm trying to get back after the little hiatus, so
yeah,
I'm like easing in with the stuff I know and want to play.
yeah. Okay. Just getting your feet back on the ground and before we get
Yes.
started. Would you do something like a tutorial, like a how-to base type thing?
I'm not sure. I'm not really good at teaching people stuff, so
Here's
I'm not sure that would be my cup of tea.
here's what I do. Don't copy it. This is my way, not your way of doing it. So your plans are just right now to get things back going again and start moving up in different ways. Um,
Yes, exactly.
so right now on your streams, what are you doing at this moment?
At this moment, I'm uh, just kind of, I don't know what should I say.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
you're getting back into it, but what games are you playing? Is it more with the music right now than anything else?
um, I've for so I started playing this racing arcade game called Trackmania.
Oh, cool.
I've been playing it for a bit, but I've picked it up. I've picked it up recently again,
Uh-huh.
and that's what I was doing the videos about
Oh, cool.
on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're ready to get back into the swing of things. Are you at least kind of refreshed, energy wise after taking a break?
Yes, I've been picking up the will to stream again the
Mm-hmm.
last couple of streams.
Mm.
So I've been very grateful to the people who showed up after the long while I have been gone. So yeah, I hope I can continue with what I started 2 years ago.
When you did take that time off, how long did it take for you to miss it?
It took a pretty long while actually,
Mm.
but it's because of like stuff that happened in personal life
Right, right. That
as
life
well.
life gets in the
I
way
got
sometimes.
hmm?
Life gets in the way sometimes.
Yes, yes. So I had to move and started a new job and all this stuff. So yeah, it was kind of hard to for me to get back into streaming.
Yeah, but but you did get back into it again. I mean, was there a possibility that you were not going to be able to do it, or was it something that you always had in the back of your mind you wanted to get back to it?
I always wanted to come back. It's just that I needed the time to think about what I want to do
Mm-hmm.
and maybe try something else with the video editing.
Mm. Yeah. So are you okay with the video editing right now? Are you enjoying it?
Yes, there's not really much that I got to edit anymore, so
Mm.
I went through all my content that I prepared. So I'll see if I'll continue with that.
Mm. It does make it a lot easier, these programs, than in the old days. I can tell you that for certain.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
I keep telling all you youngsters out there that we used to have to use videotape and
Yeah, yeah.
edit that,
I
and
I
that was
can't imagine if I would have to like be in the in in the studio and just start cutting the tape and
oh, and if you
and
if
gluing it together.
if you missed it, you missed it. I mean, it was really tough to reclaim tape that you messed up, and you had to had to have special tape to tape it back together, and that was audio and video.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why when you hear if you hear the first generation of CDs that came out, you hear a lot of pops and clicks because that is off of a analog master.
Yes, I know. And funny that you mention it because my last job was actually making vinyl records.
Really?
I was yes, I was a mastering engineer at
Ooh.
uh, at our vinyl production factory.
Oh my. That yeah.
It's
That's
here in the it's here in the Czech Republic, and it's like we were doing we were making vinyls for the whole Europe.
it's come back a bit, hasn't it? Vinyls.
Yes, there's been a huge resurgence of demand for vinyls.
Yeah, I think.
So
Yeah.
we were making so many vinyls per month. I don't know the exact number, but it was definitely a lot than ever before.
Oh yeah. Well, people I think are realizing the difference in playing it back playing a recording back on vinyl as opposed to a CD. I mean, if you play a digital recording back, sometimes it just sounds digital, and if you play it with the vinyl, you've got a different timbre to it, and a different. The bass sounds bassier, and there's just a completely different sound to it, and warmer, I think, is a better way to put it.
I've seen people say that, and it's really weird because, because when you record it on a vinyl, you inherently lose some of the frequencies that you have in the music.
That's right.
Because of the way that it's recorded, it's physical, so you can't defy the physical limits of the recording.
Nope.
So it has to be edited down so the recording machine can handle it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if it's digital, then you can have whatever you want there, as long as you have the sampling frequency for it.
That's right. And you don't want it when you put it onto a format like vinyl or even tape, like a cassette tape or something. If you record it with too many highs and lows, it's going to sound like you're talking down an old phone line, because you're just going to hear that automatically not sound right. But if you've got it mixed down to the point where the frequencies are going to be accepted, it's going to sound a lot better.
Yes.
Wow. And that's one of those, for us dial spinners back in the day, we had to learn it the hard way. Why does it sound like I'm screaming into the microphone? But it's trial and error there. Well, I tell you, Buldy, it sounds like you got things going pretty good. You get back in action again. How many times a week are you streaming?
Because of like my new work, I can only stream on the weekends, so I try to stream on Saturday and Sunday. But if I got the energy from work, then I can throw in a little stream in the week as well.
Yeah, sounds cool. And check out what Buldy has to offer. We're going to have the links in the description for this video. I am so glad to have met you. I would like one day to see the Czech Republic. I've heard a lot of great things about the scenery out there. Maybe before I'll put that on my bucket list along with playing professional baseball.
We'd be glad to see you here.
Yeah. So thanks so much for coming on. And if you get some big stuff coming up, let me know. We'll do some updates for you. Okay.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.